Shalom is your first phones. I do give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat Shem Kakdash, to the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the whole elect of Israel. Yahweh is the name of the Unflying Hebrew, Bashim is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the Mayan Son. Back in our lesson, and as in the title, the third woe cometh quickly. Which that third woe, speaking of the Third World War and how it is approaching fast. As you've been seeing, the tensions continue to arise, conflict continue to break out, and all this is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. That's exactly why you're seeing those situations continuing to build and happening in the first place, man. You know, it's the work of the Lord. But I do want to dive into this article real quick. It says Russia accelerates advance in Ukraine's east. And you recently had something similar to that of an ICBM, being shot over there. Let's actually get there real quick. Russia, ICBM, Ukraine. You had a few articles, go into it. It says, what do we know? Russia's experimental ballistic missile. Putin said Russia fired hypersonic ballistic missile. So you've been seeing, tensions, raising, and continuing to get worse. And will only continue to go more downhill, especially other nations are gonna, begin to, get involved. Especially speaking of Babylon the Great, because Ukraine also used a missile that was pretty much U.S. made, and you're obviously gonna see the problems that will come from that. But let's read a bit into the article, get what we can get out of this, and I get a couple scriptures. Most of the lesson we gotta find to the point. Now it says Russia reported to have gained 91 square miles in the past week. Events accelerated significantly since July. Moscow troops closing on the strategic town of Kharkov. Pace of events faster since early 2022. As you also had North Korea, give Russia troops, and once you're going to start seeing more nations begin to get involved, being pulled in. As you're all seeing with the Iran, and Israel situation also getting worse. So things are heating up. Things are heating up. But the Russian forces are advancing in Ukraine at the fastest rate since the early days of the 2022 invasion. And we're just going to show the Lord is hastening those days. A lot of things are happening, in all areas. Dealing with these end-time signs, which are, these signs within the heavens, the sun, the moon, especially with the chariots. You're seeing wars, rumors of wars, plagues, pestilences, judgments. And it is clear the times that we are in. So those that don't take heed to these warnings, those that don't seek the Lord, he will be destroyed. And I'm going to read this last paragraph right here. But the Russian troops swept through swaths of Ukraine in early 2022 before being pushed back to its east and south. 620 front line has been largely static for 2 years until the latest smaller scale advances that began in July. But now let's get a couple of these scripts at hand. Revelation 11:14, which is going to the title of the lesson. And now it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So that second woe, I speak of that Second World War. Because when you also go into the word woe, goes into desolation, demise, despair. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is once again speaking of that Third World War, which is approaching fast, which made a lesson a couple days ago going to how World War III is knocking at the door. It's going to show how close it really is. These are the times that we are in, man. You can get Matthew 24 around the 6th verse. There should be wars and rumors of wars. You go into the third verse, we'll list off the things that we would see and all take place before Lord Yahweh Shai will return. So seeing these conflicts, seeing these tensions is part of it, man. That we're nearing the end of this place. A sign that the devil's kingdom is coming to an end. But Matthew 24 and 2022. Matthew 24 and 22. And it says, and except the days should be shortened, the flesh be saved, but for elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is hastening those days for his elect. And that's why you're seeing many things happening. Prophecy unfolding right before your very eyes. Because the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, man. And you can also get in 2 Ezra 9 and 1, going to how measure the time diligently in itself, and how do we measure the times that we're in? By the way, these signs and these prophecies. And we're quite literally at the end of this place, man. Now, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Now, what does that vision speak? The prophecies, the signs. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. We're in those appointed times as written and spoken of within the scriptures. You're seeing these, once going back to Matthew 24, those wars and rumors of wars. Conflict continuing to build, tensions continuing to rise. And as tensions can only get so high. But the Lord is stirring that pot in order to reach that boiling point, which is going to be World War III. It's prophesied within the scriptures, man. But, you have people calling us crazy, bugged out, and all sorts of names. Prophecy is going to be fulfilled, man. And you can't stop it. As if a vision is yet for an appointed time, but them speaking a lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come, it will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. These things will happen and will come to pass. As Joel 3:9-13. Proclaim ye this, the Gentiles prepare war, wicked the mighty men, let other men of war draw near, let them come up. Be your plashes into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong. So you have these nations are preparing for war, preparing for a fight. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. There's a cause that mighty ones come down, O Lord, let the heathen be awakened and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat, for there will sit to judge all the heathen round about. Now verse 13, put ye in the secret, for the harvest is ripe, come get down, for the press is full, the fats are overflowed, for the wickedness is great, ready for the picking. The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, man. Fuck it. Now let's see, we got a couple more scriptures. Side 34, also another great scripture. Come to your nations to hear and hearken, ye people that they are to hear, and all that there in the world, and all things that come forth of it. Verse 2, for the indignation of Yahweh shall shine upon all nations, and his fury upon all the armies. He had utterly destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter. Now verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come out of the carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Going to show just how horrific, how great this judgment is going to be. Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, speaking of the mushroom cloud, which you can see in actual military tests, testing missiles, or just within movies, cartoon shows, just giving you examples. But you can also get into Zechariah 14, it goes more into that judgment, man. Go and show it to me by the way, of the thermonuclear missile. How people are going to be, completely just vaporized. How the heat is really going to burn away their flesh, their eyes, their tongue, which once again uses Zechariah 14. But let's continue on. And all the hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Now, what is that sword? Speaking of the thermonuclear missile. You can also get other scripts, it's likened it to, arrows. What regular bow and arrow can be shot from one place on the earth to the other side? None. Because you get in the scriptures how arrows should be shot from one end of the earth to the other. No regular bow and arrow can do that. So that's a cut right there. Now, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, in other words, for Esau, even upon the people of my curse through judgment. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made fat with fatness, and with blood of lambs, and goats with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath sacrificed on Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Yahweh Shemashah is getting ready to, lay waste to this place, man. And you're seeing the build up towards it. This is Isaiah 9:5. Just to bring that point home. We're going to show how this war is going to be completely different. That's for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So going back to the top of the verse, I always like to use the movie 300 as an example. Dealing with the clashing of shields, swords, roaring on the battlefield. But then it goes into this right here. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So showing you this war is going to be completely different. As we just read in Matthew 24, which we can actually get the 21st verse to add on to that point. Times like never before, verse 21. And it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. Jeremiah 37 also, last day is great, so that none is like it. So, times like never before once again. And now we can get Romans 13:11 closes out right here. And it says that knowing the time that now is high time to wake out of sleep, not physically, but spiritually. Open your eyes. Repent. Seek the Lord, because Yahweh Bashim Shai is getting ready to destroy this place, man. And you do not want to be on the receiving end of the judgments that the Lord is going to bring upon this place, man. The Lord is to be feared, and a lot of you will learn the hard way. And then when the time now is high time to wake up, sleep, for now there's salvation nearer than we believe. It is closer than we think. Look at the things that are happening, that are taking place as we speak, man. You're seeing steps towards the implementation of this Karagman, this MOTB. You're seeing wars, rumors of wars. You're seeing uproars of the people in the world. A lot of things are happening, man. So those that are not able to see it, they're not able to grasp and understand this, it's not for you. The Lord is not dealing with you, man, plainly put. But that's the point right there. Wanted to make a quick update, go into the situation, how it's continuing to build up, and how it's progressively going to get worse. And how very soon it will lead to, World War III. Especially dealing with all the other nations just beginning to get involved, and conflict just, continue to break out, between them. Because you also have Russia making threats against the U.S. and vice versa. But that's the point right there. I do close out and give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Krakadash. I want to see apostles and else great millstone for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the whole collective of Israel. And shalom. See you next one, Lord's will.